In and out. I've been through some 24 new games in the past few weekends for you. It's my job. But screw you if you haven't seen the last new games episode. Welcome back to Game Perfection, a passion project by Karmasur Studios. I'm your host, Karma. Going back to back one after one, and it's still not enough. You still need new games. Man, alright, here you go. Riot, shoot that title up, dog. The new games for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, Episode 8. Enough introduction. Let's dive right into it.
I almost forgot about my special surprise.
Gotham Knights, released on the 21st of October 2022 on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. A fresh co-op focused take on Rocksteady's fantastic Batman Arkham games, designed for the current system generation. As you zoom through an open-world Gotham, you may play as one of four mainly likable heroes: Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, or Robin. The mystery revolves around none other than Batman's death, which provides a perfect starting point for a new generation of crime fighters to grab the limelight. Bruce Wayne's motley crew of current and former sidekicks enter the battle to fill his formidable shoes, serving as a solid foundation for what eventually turns out to be a weak plot full of predictable twists and disappointing turns. You spend most of the campaign's 8 plot missions bouncing from one wicked cabal to another before reaching a climax. Abilities are also unique to each character. When it comes to cosmetic modification, the Gotham Knights really nails it. It has a plethora of costume possibilities for each hero, as well as several color schemes to customize your look, including some wicked Batman Beyond themed costumes. Vade Retro Exorcist, released on the 28th of October 2022 on PC. Foresight Studios has created a PvP exorcism game. You take on the role of demon in this action-packed game, or you join the Exorcist squad by selecting a specialty to save victims from the devil. It sounds both amusing and bold to me. Bringing a game that allows players to battle a demon is one thing, but when you combine 3 players with particular responsibilities versus 1 player who has complete power over the demon, you got something fascinating. Each role is vital in the exorcism process. Priests can perform mantras to call spirits and violate the rules of nature. Medics can heal their allies and utilize potions to battle a demon, and engineers use their tools to aid their colleagues to proceed through the game. It'll be released on Halloween. Which part will you play in a battle between a demon and an exorcism team? Scorn, released on the 14th of October 2022 on PC and Xbox. This is a first-person puzzle game in which you explore the remains of a long-dead civilization. It's considerably more bizarre and unsettling than it is scary, with a fascinating biomechanical style influenced by H.R. Geiger and Arlene Ellison's I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. However, the feelings it generates may be quite powerful. The gruesome visual direction, which creates a unified environment even when each of Scorn's hubs is different in its devastating greatness, is the most remarkable thing here. There's a subtle electronic ambiance that demands to be heard via some decent surround sound headphones with powerful bass. It's also fascinating how everything with which you may interact has moving pieces that work together. Because it's a bite-sized dash through the gory and strange, it's unforgettable and fulfilling. The irritating battle only occupies a small portion of the gameplay. However, the excellent, darkly perplexing visual direction and ambient soundscape pervade the whole experience. Foxhole, released on the 28th of September 2022 on PC. Siege Camp's expansive MMO shooter set during World War II is a thrilling struggle. The battles don't end in tidy little bouts. One war can last for several weeks. Once you've made your decision between 2 groups, you're committed to that side for the foreseeable future. As the war continues, technological advancements transform it from the trench warfare of the First World War to the open combat and improved mobility of the Second World War. On the game's enormous area, there are around 40 connected hexes. The players are what really make the game come to life. They decide everything from whether soldiers have enough supplies to whether they can be healed or whether the trains will arrive on schedule. It's brilliantly unique and juggles intense moment-to-moment action with an immense bigger picture scale. Everyone plays a part in Foxhole's player-built environment, and the sheer number of people on each server makes every firefight a thrilling and cinematic spectacle. Persona 5 Royal, released on the 21st of October 2022 on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. This is a live masterclass of how to take an already fantastic game and push it to the next level. It's not just a Game of the Year version with some extra stuff thrown in for good measure. Almost everything in Atlas 2016 JRPG magnum opus has been improved, refined, and expanded. The amount of affection and attention to detail hidden behind each old and new twist in the plot left me in awe after more than 130 hours of wandering around metropolitan Tokyo and the weird worlds of the human psyche. There are also new encounter types, such as the volatile form of some foes. They're stronger than the standard version and fire a deadly counterattack after every blow. Even in a normal setting, the new and improved boss fights present a tremendous challenge. With a third semester containing one additional castle, the fascinating plot has been further expanded. Persona 5 was already a solid contender for the finest JRPG ever developed, and Royal makes me wonder what else could even compete. Settlement Survival, released on the 24th of October 2022 on PC. The next release from Gleamer Studio takes pleasure in its low poly appearance. This looks like a fun game to play based on the screenshots. The creators drew inspiration from the game Banished. Banished is a medieval city builder in which the main resource at your disposal is not gold or lumber, but the residents of your town. In Colony Survival, you take a group of new settlers into the wilderness to try to construct a new home and, if all goes well, eventually a city. When the game starts, you can pick between multiple tutorials based on your ability level in the strategy game genre. There are just 2 maps to pick from because it's an early access game. To play in the regular mode, there are 2 maps to choose from: New Beginnings and Easter Island. Lifelong Island, Twilight Town, and the Vikings maps will be added later. Even in its early access state, it's a good city building and survival game. Monster Prom 3 Monster Road Trip, released on the 21st of October 2022 on PC. In a lively sequel that bends the Monster Prom concept in an intriguing way, this is a very similar game at its core. A multiplayer narrative adventure full of colorful characters and new humorous dialogues. But this time, the aim isn't a date, but rather surviving a road trip. You and up to 3 buddies will experience a range of bizarre issues while attempting to manage your road trip resources. If a resource is out, you might say goodbye to your vacation. But if you meet the appropriate qualifications, you might be able to reach one of the gorgeous places that will provide an amazing finale to this adventure. Several new characters are introduced, as well as some familiar faces from earlier games. The radio stations with many music genres to pick from are the icing on the cake for this road trip. Faith, the Unholy Trinity, released on the 21st of October 2022 on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. This is the whole Faith series, putting you behind the clerical collar of John Ward. Each chapter has numerous endings and a large number of files to collect. These provide more insight and allow you to develop your own judgments about how the chapters conclude. Each one comes to vastly different conclusions, and nearly half the fun is piecing together a tale that may or may not be true. The writing within the notes is crucial to the plot. You'll learn about the characters, the events of the game, and how the game is affecting the mortal world. Heck, there's even the occasional fear among the notes. It's simple yet effective since it emulates games from the Atari 2600 era. Back then, controllers just featured a D-pad and 2 buttons, which I'm sure makes current gamers cringe. Whether it's the Halloween season or the horror genre's revival, something about this game simply connected. You must play this game if you have a taste for Macabre. All you need is a Bible and a priest. Coral Island, released on the 11th of October 2022 on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Following its wildly successful Kickstarter campaign, this soothing farming simulator has attracted a lot of attention in recent years. The game provides the usual selection of farming simulation gameplay elements, but on the other hand, adds an emotional tale about environmental destruction witnessed around coral reefs, along with a diving system to explore the oceans. Players are drawn in by the blend of the popular and the innovative, which fuels an irresistible desire to delve deeply into the island's mysteries. This outdated earn-your-way philosophy is ditched on Coral Island. Instead, players can choose from a variety of methods to spend their days right away. Players can learn more about the island and its residents through a constant stream of in-game quests. Additionally, you can observe that the tools function without lag or extra animations. While it's still in early access, this game's worthwhile purchasing. The current build includes a strong roadmap for future content and is more developed than many agricultural simulators that have been fully launched. Outcore, desktop adventure, released on the 26th of September 2022 on PC. When video games and other media break the fourth wall, we all enjoy it. It involves players breaking conventions and drawing them to the narrative whilst being aware of reality. Outcore is a unique experience that sticks out from the indie gaming competition, with obvious allusions to early 2000s desktop buddies like Bonsai Buddy. On the player's desktop, a girl emerges but has no knowledge of how she got there. To recover her memories, the player will need to search their computer for her files and hack them using different Windows applications. They'll experience her recollections and discover more about why that girl suddenly arrived on their desktop each time they successfully hack a file. I cannot recommend this game enough. It should be a crime that this game is free.